Are we live yet? We are. Here we go. We're live. Hi.
Hi.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face.
A book of face.
Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there.
All right. Let's see if I can get this stuff happening here. There we go.
Lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see.
Sing it, Ceris.
Around town radio show.
That's where I go for the latest brand info. So around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul.
Welcome, everybody.
It's the
Hi, everybody.
Terrible Tuesday in the studio today. Everything's going crazy. Disaster day behind the board. Radio show. How you doing, Ceris?
Good. How are you?
I'm peachy. If I was any better, I'd be twins. How's that? You don't want to see that, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Negative. Here we go.
You know what? You know who
What?
might want to see that? All the people that keep bitching and complaining to you that you're not going to their freaking shows.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that for a minute today? Let's do that.
Let's
okay.
talk about that because that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Could
Let's
you
get some
imagine?
people on the show.
You would literally need to be like 5 different people to go to everybody's show. And to think that
Don't I know?
I'm not going to send in my stuff because you're not coming to my show. Okay. Don't send your
Don't
stuff.
send it. It's
Cool.
free advertising. So what's that bird that flies over once in a while? The
Cuckoo's
fuck off.
nest? Oh.
No, the fuck off bird. You've heard about it, right?
Go fuck off, bird. That one, yeah.
That one, yeah. Fuck off. Fuck
Y'all,
off.
like you're already doing a favor by promoting their band,
Man, I'm looking.
and because
Sexy
you're not
today.
going there, whatever. That shit pisses me off.
Does it? It
Yeah.
pisses me off too.
Yeah.
Let's open with that, but let's say hi to some people first. There
Oh,
are
yeah.
people checking in. Let's see. The lovely Heather is here. Hi, Heather. She says hi, friends. Jim McCarthy in the house.
Hi, everybody.
Jimmy. Carla. She says I can't wait to hear the hot topic today. Well, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear a bunch of them. I think we're gonna.
Yeah, I think we got a hodgepodge of them, right?
We do. We got a little mixed bag. We're throwing it in the blender today, so to speak, and see what spits out. Jim, what is that hand there? Is it, I'm trying to figure that out. I can't see it.
Looks like just a hand.
It appears to me like it's a pink hand. I don't know. There's a new thing on the board here. Let me see what it does. It does nothing. It's supposed to make like the fonts bigger and things like that on, they just launched a new thing. Oh, hold on. Let's see. There's the comments as they roll up. Look at that. What do we got coming in today?
First comment. I keep a spreadsheet of all my shows so I can track which ones Scott doesn't go to. Every once in a while, Kevin Cooper comes out with like the fucking banger of a joke.
Kevin, Rob Carlson in the house. Hey, I got to see his new
Rick
band,
Biker.
Bottoms Up, over the weekend. They were
You're a
great.
funny fucker, Rick.
What's
We're playing
going on here?
Rising Sun in Indiana Saturday. See you there.
Okay, let me get all these comments in, and then we'll get to the funny boys here. Look at that! I can now put the scrolling screen up too. Isn't that special?
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's kind of fun, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to. Oh, I see it. It changes here, so I can make it bigger there.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can basically widescreen it and cover your face with
Hey,
it. How about
Alex
that?
is on. Hey, Alex.
Isn't that fun? I'm going to make it
Just
medium
messaged
though.
him today.
All right. So allow me to say hi to Jeffrey from Grocery Store Vodka. Bob Klein is in that. Look at that profile picture of Bob. Isn't he cute?
He's adorable.
He is. I'd date him. All right. Ed Sawicki in the house. Hi, Ed. How I got
Hi,
to hang
Ed.
with Ed Sunday night. Had a good time.
Yeah, I like
Kevin
the
says,
scrolling screen.
there's Kevin's spreadsheet. I like that comment, Kevin. That's funny. Tina from O'Connor's Irish Pub in the house. Who's in the house with you right now? I saw
Me?
you looking. Yeah, you're looking like somebody's watching you.
Mr. Kevin Tolles and my 2 puppies.
Why does Kevin Tolles lurk in the background?
He's not. He's cooking dinner.
Oh, what a sweet boy he is. Hi, Dewey.
And yeah.
What's he making? I'll call him a boy.
Spaghetti. Some chicken spaghetti thing.
Oh, that sounds good. Hi, Carla.
He knows how to make me less bitchy.
If he can accomplish that, we're building a bronze
less.
statue to him.
I said less. Not like
Not all the way, bitchy.
not
but
all,
yes.
less.
Yes.
I mean, I'm aware.
Jim McCarthy, that may be the most prolific statement of the day. Thank you. It just depends on who you are, whether
Yeah,
you're
some
into that
people
stuff.
like to be pissed on.
Yeah, that's not my bag, but Sean Cooper, how are you, man? Good to see you. Gina McCann, the lovely Gina McCann, is in the
I
house.
do like that lady.
Rick Pieper. I said it right, Rick. It's Pieper, not Piper.
Is it?
It is. I've been saying it wrong all along.
Well, I've been saying it wrong too.
Brad
No
from
offense,
Abe's
but I
Lincoln
think you
sued
would
me.
rather go with Piper, to be honest with you. Peeper just reminds me
Peeper.
of a tiny little peepee.
Or somebody looking in your windows. Pieper.
Or that.
Jeepers Creepers. Oh, well, he's
I
playing
respect you
Rising
and
Suns.
your name, but I think I'm more comfortable going Piper.
Are you? I don't think he cares what he's called, to be honest.
I mean,
Yes.
I
Tim
guess,
Butterfield in the house. Hi,
I
Tim.
guess over time, I don't really care either. Depends on who it is, actually.
I haven't seen Alex Poteet in a long time. Maybe he's one of the ones that's not sending his gigs to me because he's mad at me because I don't come to his shows.
I
No,
don't
he
think
is not.
Alex Poteet would
He is not.
ever
Don't worry.
be that kind of person. He's the most gentle soul ever. Love that guy.
Rob likes the scrolling screen. I'm not sure I like it yet or not, but we're going to see how it goes.
You can block my face.
So there's a whole lot of people on here. This new band, Bottoms Up, I got to see over the weekend, did a great job at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. First time they
Nice.
ever played. And she took a roll of the dice and had them play on Halloween, which was crazy for a brand new band, so to speak. But
Nice.
it's 3 guys that played together in the Jay Clark band. And then Larry has joined them on vocals. You may know Larry. In fact, his profile picture looks like it's at the Bell and the Bear there, singing at the Jam or something.
That's definitely the Bell and the Bear.
Yeah. So Larry did a great job of vocals with them. I got to give him a
Good.
shout out. Skip in the house from Liars for Hire. There's a fun band. Jimmy Kilroy. And what's Carla say? Love your pigs. Ed,
I love Carla. Carla and I realized that we haven't been Facebook friends.
that's
So-
crazy.
Became Facebook friends. I like
Rick,
that. lady.
Rick Pieper said everyone has. It's okay. Kevin Cooper, don't mix my last name with Rick's. It could be bad. Cooper, Piper, Cooper, Pooper, Cooper. I
Oh.
don't-
Cooper Peeper?
Peeper, Cooper, Peeper. I don't know.
What are we, 12?
I'm lost. We are. David Linda's in the house. John Esper from Columbus. Chris Casey, how are you, buddy? That was a nice post you wrote about the
I love
jam the other
Chris
night.
Casey.
Thank you so much.
What a good human.
What a guy. Good guy. So let's get started with our topics today. You want to kick it off with the first one? I think for those who've just joined the show, Karis, what you brought up at the beginning, then I'll address that.
Let's address this. So first of all,
I can really hide you now.
yeah, that's fine. I'm very comfortable with not being on the screen.
No, you're great.
Scott's like when he mentions your band on like the Thursdays
Holy
with the
shit,
bands and
what's
stuff,
happening?
he's doing you a favor. He doesn't give a shit. If you don't want to send in your band's information, you don't have to. He's doing that show. It's quite literally for the musicians and the venues. And if you're going to threaten him by saying, I'm no longer going to send in my information because you're not coming to my shows, here's the answer. Okay. I don't understand where you get this sense of entitlement, thinking that A, anybody gives a shit, and B, why you think you should trump somebody else. He's a busy freaking dude.
Let me set the stage, okay? This is not the first time. I ran into somebody over the weekend who will remain nameless. I don't like to name people and call them out. I'm just not that kind of dude, but who said to me, I don't send my gigs to you anymore because you've not come to any of my shows. And I feel that it's not right for me to promote you if you're not promoting me. And I stopped in my tracks and I said, I used to mention your gig every Thursday on the show and say where you were playing all week long, all that stuff. And I'm sorry I haven't made, frankly, the dive bar that you're playing or the 2 or 3 that you're playing that have 3 people in it every Friday or Saturday night. It just hasn't been on my radar. Sorry. Yeah.
Do people listen to themselves when they speak? Like, honestly,
well,
I'm quite shocked often when people open their mouths and the shit that falls out of it. Because if you were actually to hear it, you would go, wow, that doesn't make sense. This guy quite literally advertises my band for free every single Thursday. But I want more. I deserve more.
Can I sum it up as I've categorized some of these people as slide into my DMs? That's drunk musicians, because that's usually when they start spewing this stuff, when they're out imbibing in too much alcohol.
By the way, you're gonna have to tell me who this was.
Yeah, well, you'll know immediately. So trust me, you will. But it's not the first time, and people get a case of the ass because I'm not coming to their shows. And somebody actually said to me not too long ago, all you do is talk about the Bell and the Bear, Heathers, Mr. Burroughs. Well, do you understand, folks? I've said it so many times. I can go to the Bell on a Thursday night and see 50 different musicians play and hang out with my friends, which is great. Okay. It's fantastic. We had a blast last Thursday, did we not?
It was one of the best Thursdays.
One of the best jams I've ever been to, and I've been to a bunch. And that is my zen. I mean, that is where I go for release and to get away from the day-to-day work and all the stuff that I'm trying to do. So relax. And then don't get pissed when I talk about Heathers in the summertime, because for one, she takes very good care of me with Name That Tune every Wednesday. And for two, she's got a huge patio with 350 seats and great bands every single weekend. And it's 5 minutes from my house. Why wouldn't I? If I lived 5 minutes from the Bell and the Bear, you'd kick me out, Karis. I'd be there too much.
I would never kick you out.
Or you'd build me an apartment somewhere around there so I could just hang out. Yep. But that may be what happens soon anyway. But Karis Realtor is going to find me a hole in the shopping plaza there to live in. But so that's where it's at. And then they throw at me, and there's a great guy in town here named Jim Snow who does the Snow Report, it's called. And he does a comprehensive list of who's playing out. He works all week long to go to Facebook and events and things and find every event and list them.
Yeah, he does.
Man, more power to the guy. I love the guy. I think it's great he's doing that. Another one's Brian Eiley in town that's doing stuff, and he's promoting and going live all the time with bands. Super people. Wonderful stuff who are promoting live local music, which is what we're here for. But don't give me any crap for not coming to your show. You know what? You're doing that. What's that mean?
Yeah, no, I love Jim Snow.
Yeah,
he's a really good guy.
Gotcha. He is, and Jim. Jim.
He advertises everybody.
Jim and I bumped into each other the other night out seeing a band. We had a great time talking and having fun. And hats off again to him. He goes and works his ass off all week getting this list. I don't have time for that. If you send it, it's like if, they will come. If you send it, I will post it and promote it. If you don't send it, it's the same way with the venues. Can't do it.
Nope.
Sorry. And I'd love to be able to have the time to spend 8-10 hours a week to go do that stuff. But you both, know that, and you don't have that time either. And it's great that people like that are out there. So hats off to Jim Snow, but don't throw me the shit because I haven't been to one of your shows. I wanted to go to see Aces High at the Blue Note on Friday. My parents are aging. They're in a facility. I went to see them Friday. I did not get to it. Sorry. And you know what? Dave McCarty and Aaron Thomas, I messaged them both, said, I know I said I was going to be there. I can't be there. And they were like, man, you do you take care of what you got to take care of. These are good people. They're not the people that are doing the jealousy, hating thing.
Right.
And I'm starting to see it a lot again, rearing its ugly head, not just towards me, Ceris, but towards venues.
Oh, I've been dealing with it forever.
The posts are out there right now because it's booking time for next year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like deer season, but worse. You got to wear orange to protect yourself from these people who are so pissed off because you didn't call them back in 5 minutes.
Or just at all. To be honest with you, here's the thing. If I'm not calling you back, I'm just not interested. Most of the time. Some of the time, I just haven't had a chance to go check them all.
I'm getting the comments here. So I'm going to ask my co-host here. What would you do if you were in my shoes with these people?
Honestly, I would just ignore them. I'm at a point right now where I'm just like laughing. I don't think you understand. There's quite literally a group that is like, I hate Ceris group right now. And I can probably give you guys the information on how to enter it, join it if you wanted to.
Does it cost money?
I don't know. Who knows? But I'm at this point where I'm just like, who cares? And I just think it doesn't matter. This person that is saying this, these people that are saying these things are so below everything that you and I stand for that it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything you do is for somebody else. And if that person feels that or thinks that they deserve more than everybody else, okay, best of luck to you. Like, I just think we need to just ignore them because they really don't matter.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a crybaby on here, but I'm getting kind of tired of it, honestly. I mean, I'm getting to the point where it's getting old, and when you're trying to do a good thing for a music community and then you turn around and get crap for it nonstop or talk shit about, it's like, why do it? I mean, I guess I do it for those who appreciate it, and I don't look for accolades, believe me. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I just do it because I have a love for music, and I love to go out and see live music. And if I choose to see the same band twice in a month or 3 times in a month, I do. I've seen Finding Melissa so many times. I love that band, and I go see them whenever I can.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean I'm not reporting on other things. I've done the thing trying to get people to call in and tell me about what they saw over the weekend. It just doesn't work very often.
I just think having to explain yourself in a situation like this is so ridiculous.
Well, I have to thank you for summing that up, Bob Klein.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, thank you. I have to do that disclaimer every Thursday, Ceris, when I do the Who's Playing Out show. And here's an example. Heather from Heather sponsors that show, pays for that show, I'll be honest.
Right.
And, to be on, and her name is mentioned numerous times in it. And she's got a venue, yet she's supporting hundreds of other venues. So there's no ego there. There's no, I'm doing it for the glory, or no, she's doing it because she appreciates live music. And she, as well as you do, know it's getting tougher for live music venues to be out there. And that's the part I'm seeing. And that segues into another thing we've got to talk about today. But the live music venues are literally drying up in a lot of places. And there's some towns that don't even have that scene. We're fortunate.
Live music is drying up. I mean, we are struggling. I mean, I got to tell you, if we're all just trying to do our best at this point. So.
And it's funny because someone told me at the jam the other night. In fact, I looked at you and I said, well, you've set the tone for the winter jam, with this crowd you had. But someone told me the other night, they said, Ceris is going to be making a fortune tonight. And I just laughed at him. I've said, you need to understand this whole background of this thing. And I said, 90% of these people in here will have one drink tonight if they have one.
Ceris is not making a fortune.
No. Ceris
People
is
don't
not
drink the way they used to drink.
a
Ceris had
gazillionaire.
like people do not drink the way they used to drink.
Thank you guys for all the comments that are coming in. I'm going to pop that comment screen back up. So that's my soapbox for the day. That's my bitch for the day, I guess it is, so to speak. Folks, I will promote anything on my show, especially the Wednesday or the Thursday show. Anything. Do you know how many Wednesday bands I've had scheduled that have canceled on me that morning? It's almost 50%. They schedule a date. They want to come on Wednesday with the band. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, I got hungover last night. I don't know that I can do this. Or I didn't get out of bed till 11:45 today and it's at noon. And that kind of crap, it gets so old. It really does. And just be an adult, people. Be an adult about all this. I'm offering a service. If you don't want to be part of the service,
then don't.
I'm not asking you to pay me.
Nope.
Anything. I'm asking you to take 5 minutes out of your life and send your gig to me, which I then spend a lot of time putting into a teleprompter and talking about it on Thursday and all that crap. So that's it. I'm done talking about it. You done talking about it?
Yeah. Bronson, I'm sorry that I hate hearing bars closing. Bless you, Daisy May.
Yes, Carl and Connie, they'll do a ton promoting bands and posting videos and doing all those kind of things as well. They do. Hi, Matthew Matheny. Thank you, Jeffrey, for that. Thank you, Bill, for giving Jim Snow some props. And messages can get lost. Tina, you're right. Especially, and I go back on Thursdays and make sure I go all the way through my last week's messages because I'll miss somebody that sent something about a gig or whatever. And I catch messages like, holy crap. Yeah, I remember that popping up, but I was busy and I didn't look. And then there's 50 messages after it. And,
that's actually happened to me a few times. I mean, a couple of bands that have been trying to message me for the last year and a half, I got back to this year. And I booked their bands. Wow.
Nobody realizes how many, and no one uses anything but Facebook Messenger anymore.
But I prefer that.
I know you do. I
prefer that because I need it in one place or I get even more confused. Now, I do have band submissions on my website too. So,
if you're close enough to me that you have my phone number, text me. If you have something that's very pressing or whatever, I will say that.
Oh,
because
Bob, I'm going to have to miss your birthday. Your birthday's on Halloween. That's crazy.
I'm on Friday. I'm quitting everything and I'm going to Columbus Friday.
You should.
No, I love Bob Klein's band, man. I really do. When they come to the Bell and the Bear, we are going to pack that place out. I'm going to do everything in my power to fill the room for him because he has done so much for us. And
yeah, I love that guy.
He's a wonderful human. And I love his band. You'll love his band. I guarantee it.
Who else told me that? Somebody else sent me a message about that. I can't remember who it was. I thank you, Shane, for
Kara threw the F-bomb. Thank you, Kara.
I love the F-bomb.
We know. All right. I'm trying to get to comments here. Next topic. We were segueing into it. It's booking season, as we said. And I equated it to deer season. You have to have your permit and wear your orange vest to go out and hunt deer. It's these musicians. Some of them, if you think you're going to get booked somewhere by posting a big tirade on Facebook about how nobody ever calls me back and all these owners are bullshit and they're this and you're never going to get booked, people. Be nice. Walk a mile in the shoes of a bar owner once and see what it's like. It's not all about the music. Trust me. It's about fixing the urinal some jackass knocked off the wall and stuff like that. I mean, that all goes into being a bar owner and making sure that the tables aren't bent and falling over from people and all the other shit that goes along with sometimes
I think people
stupidity.
All they do is they think about their self and how it's affecting them and them only. And then times you by about 150. And that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. And what'd Kevin say? Don't wait for responses on or cold inquiries and dates. Yeah, that comes with experience and professionalism. And if you've sent them 1 or 2 or 3 messages over time and you haven't heard back, give up, move on, go to the next bar, because they're not going to call you back. I mean, odds are.
You're not going. I literally had to fire a band this week from playing because 3 times I give everybody, when I give people chances, and I give this band a chance, and every single time, and the numbers were really low, like really low. And the first day, well, it's summertime, so that's really, that's not fair. And then the second time they played, oh, well, we heard that there was a big party going on and all of the regulars weren't going to be able to show up, so that's why we weren't busy this time. And then this time it was, oh, well, because there's Halloween parties. I said, at some point we have to just say to ourselves, we're not generating a crowd at this bar, and it's probably best that we just part ways. Well, we're really busy at other bars. I said, well, then that's good. Then you should play
at those bars. Yeah. And certain bars have a certain draw for certain bands. I mean, it's also though, cyclical. There's a lack of self-awareness. This band, I'm just going to say, this band is not as good as they think they are. And they don't draw a crowd like they think they do. They play the same venue over and over again. You're going to have to tell me that one after the show. So, yes. Thank you, Dave Shores. That is, I may need to take that advice, Dave. I think that's good advice, actually, because I try very hard to please everyone, and it's not easy. And it gets frustrating.
Failing's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, because when you fail, you just make sure, it drives you to figure out the way to not fail. You just work harder for it next time, but you're never going to please everyone. So you just got to let that go.
Did you see Tina's comment?
Yeah, they do. They all think we're rich.
Every bar owner is rich, right? That's why a bunch of them close up every year. Yeah, because they're rich.
That's why I got my real estate license.
You're so rich that, you're just, next time I'd like a ride in your Lamborghini, by the way.
Sure.
Cares. Okay. Can I do that? Unbelievable. And what do we got? Thank you, John Esper, for that comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What's Shane DeMoss saying? I still drink the way I used to drink.
I appreciate
Thank
you
God.
for that, my love.
Yes.
You please me, Scott.
What was that? I didn't see that. That is
more about themselves on the internet. That's true.
Where are you at? Oh my God, there's comments for a mile here. They're popping up on the side over there, but I'm way behind. What do we got, Coop? All right. So booking, Ceris.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there. What would you do if you saw a post from a musician that said, I'm really having trouble booking all these bars and blah, blah, blah. And nobody will call me back. And I'm just getting fed up with it. And I'm going to quit if they don't call me back, and yada, 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 yada.
I'd wish them the best of luck.
Yeah. And are you going to book them?
No.
Yeah. Because if that is the way they present themselves, that's what they're going to do.
I'm going to tell you right now. If you are one of those whiny bitches on Facebook that constantly complain about how everybody else in the bar business, the bars, the this, the that are doing you wrong, and you're not getting what you want from the bars, and you're not getting hired because of everybody else, you are definitely not getting hired at my bar. Maybe you don't want to play my bar, so that works out well, but no, if you're constantly doing this and complaining about the bar business, the people, all of that sort of stuff, nope, 100%. I don't want that drama in my house. I am not a babysitter, and I am not going to coddle you. Grow the fuck up.
I really admire Jeffrey's comment from Grocery Store Vodka. So we'd love to play the Bell and the Bear, but we know our Dayton crowd won't follow us down there, so we've never asked Ceris. We try to support in other ways like this show. Thank you, Jeffrey.
That, dude. I respect
I do
that.
too. And more bands need to realize that, because you go 25 miles from home, it's tough to get your local crowd to drive that far. It's really difficult. And, like you said, Ceris, in this day and age, people aren't drinking like they used to, those kind of things. They're not going out like they used to. It's a tough business. It really is. And in the Dayton market, there's some nice venues. Don't get me wrong. There's some really nice venues, but There's also a lot of venues who have closed up or gotten rid of live music, and that's tough to see in 2026. It's getting worse.
Well, because it's just getting more expensive, and the return is not there. The return is not there anymore. People are not drinking as much. People are not going out as much, and bands are raising their prices, and we can only raise our prices so much, or we just lose our crowd. And it is a very sad time for the bar industry right now. And I really hope that I hope it jumps back for us, because it's not good. It's not good at all.
Thank you, David. Linda says they're in the bar business, not the music business. Many of them are in the bar business. Music is secondary, but music keeps people in seats sometimes. That's why they have live music, or keeps people in the room. I had someone, Ceris, you're probably gonna argue with this, but I had a band tell me the other day they've done a test. They've not had live music a couple Fridays and Saturdays, and they've done this. I opened my jukebox up for free thing, and they had the same numbers with bands that they had with the jukebox.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad here, because and it just shows the audience is not supporting the live music like they ought to be.
You're cutting out. Is it just on my end, or is anybody else hearing that?
I'm looking at a crappy Wi-Fi connection right now on the feed, so maybe so.
Address some comments. Yeah, Bill had a great comment. He said a lot of people say more about themselves on internet posts than face to face. They say say more about themselves than they do at the people they're pointing fingers at, actually. Ceris, are you going to sell those coasters or something? Yes, I am selling those. Those are going to be sold. Shane, please complain about the people complaining.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the cutting out problem here. I'm going to cut some Wi-Fi things out of the room here and see if it gets any better. But let me know, guys. I'm sorry if we're cutting that. It's we're at the mercy of Spectrum Internet, so it could be something going on in the hood.
Okay.
You can see Ceris Scott's frozen. Connie said, "Okay, am I still frozen?"
You're a little frozen. Yeah, you're frozen.
Okay, well, I'm working on it. You start talking, Ceris, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
You talk.
Okay. Well, now I forget. Ceris looks crystal. Oh, thanks, Stewie. I'm crystal clear. Yeah, let's talk about that. I think people need to come to the realization that bars are not where they once were 3 years ago. It was even better, right? It was even better during COVID. It's worse now than it was right after COVID. So if you put it in perspective, everybody's drinking like 1 or 2 drinks less than they used to. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you add that up, that is a drastic amount. And then not as many people are coming out. But everybody else is raising their prices around you. All of your distributors are raising their prices. All of the liquor companies, all of the beers, all the delivery drivers, all of the glasses, and all of the bands. So all of these live music venues that used to be able to have live music can't afford the bands anymore. They can't afford to keep their doors open, nonetheless, the bands. And I'm not saying that the bands don't deserve to get paid or to raise their prices, yada, yada, yada. But we can't raise our prices anymore, or we will scare everybody out. So when it was balanced, it was okay. But now it's just, we're going down, and the prices of everything is, including bands, is going up. So that that balance is, there is no more balance. So eventually something's going to have to give. And what that is our favorite bars cutting out because we can't afford it. So we stopped doing live music on Fridays. Then you kind of stop being a live music venue. Then you start, like, all of these things. It's a trickle-down effect, and it's a fact, and that's what's happening. That's why we're losing so many bars.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I agree 100% with what you're saying. I think it's scary. And I don't know that there's light at the end of the tunnel on this.
I don't
too.
either.
Looking at it, I don't know if the longevity of the live music scene or the bar scene is going to last. And, you know, it's, if you look at like the breweries, they had a big peak and everybody was going to breweries and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden that's starting to fall off too. And many of them are closing up. And by the way, for those of you that are tech heads, I have 626 download and 278 upload speed right now. So my Wi-Fi is good. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's just,
I don't know.
You know, that's why I'm shocked by the amount that some bands charged lately, because I'm just like, they don't look further than surface. Well, they look so busy. Yeah, there's people in here. It's
I guess what I'm in fear of is how many in 2026 are saying they're not doing live music, and that's just the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't live on the jukebox every day. Now you're going to get a crowd, and some of those bars that were telling me that they lived on the jukebox obviously don't always pack the house for live music anyway.
Right.
And they were doing live music out of COVID, like we got to do something to get people in here and keep people coming in. And they found that, you know, when you're spending $400 or $500 in those little places for a band, that's your profit for the night. You know, they don't have any more profit. So, and they live on a $400 or $500 a day type profit margin. And that's difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Tina says, water, please.
Yeah. So
I can add my flavor packet.
They go sit out on the patio and smoke weed. And then they hang out and they pregame in the parking lot and they pregame at their house. And then they have 1 or 2 beers at the bar so they can be social. And a lot of people go see live music and don't even drink. They don't even order anything from the bar.
And Tina's hitting them all today. She's hitting the weight loss shot too. And I'm telling you, that is out there. If you look that up online with bar business and restaurant business, that is hurting businesses. And now I get people want to lose weight. They're doing it. It's fad, trendy, whatever it is right now. I like groceries. I'm going to still eat, but you know, it's tough. And her happy hour crowd, she says it's not helped her happy hour crowd. They're probably coming in, getting a bite to eat and a few drinks and all that. And so many people that are on that shot right now, I know, talk to me about, they're like, makes me not want to drink. I don't have a desire to drink.
Yeah, and then wonder why we need to do a cover charge. Exactly. Can't afford it. Do you know that this last probably 2 months, I mean, the cover charge, other than maybe 3 or 4 nights, not weekends, nights, has the cover charge actually covered the cost of the band?
Really?
I still have to pay out of pocket.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
So yeah, sure. I have like 1 or 2 really busy nights, but I'm trying to make up for all of the lot. Like this was the toughest summer couple of months.
Well, and let's face it. What are the big nights out? I mean, you've pulled Thursdays and made them a decent night, but for the most part, it's Friday and Saturday. You're not going to get a big crowd on a Sunday. You're not going to get a big crowd on Monday for sure. I mean, you have your game night, which is there again, being innovative. Why do you think, if you go look at Jim Snow's report today, I bet within 30 minutes of me, there are 25 to 30 trivias on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Because people are grasping. They're grasping at stuff. They're grasping at getting people in. Speaking of that, you and I got to talk dates on Name That Tune too.
Yeah.
For this season. But
start December.
What's that?
Should start December.
Okay.
Like usual.
Which Wednesday are we doing of the month?
Isn't it the second Wednesday of the month?
I think. Because Gina and Johnny got the third one, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Nobody cares about that. But Jeffrey, thank you for that. And there are bands pricing themselves out of business as well with the
They're pricing the bars out of business too. Like it's crazy.
And people come to you why don't you have this band? Because I can't afford them.
I can't afford it.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't
I'm sorry,
everybody?
but these bands that have raised their prices so much, I see where they're playing and where they're not playing and how many gigs they have. Not many people are affording this. And maybe that's their point. Maybe they don't want to play at all these different places. Like I said, hotels, like casinos type thing, festivals, event centers. That's over here. Bars. Charging the same is absurd.
Kara's getting ready for trivia now. They go out and play trivia a lot. And Tina, I know, Tina, I've noticed you've backed off bands, and that's sad to see, but I get it. I do. I mean, and frankly, Tina, chime in here. I want to know, because you have a DJ on Friday and Saturday nights sometimes. Tell me how that's doing comparable to paying for a band. I want to know.
She made a comment. She said it was packing her place.
Did she? I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Tina, but
I think that's what she said. We're happy you're back, Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Missed you guys.
So yeah, that was one of the other topics that popped up in our last week's thing too, about bookings for 2025 or 2026 being difficult. And I think many of the bar owners are being cautious too right now. There are some that aren't booking for next year. There are some that live for live music and they're booking already, and that's great. Mm-hmm. But there are some who are being very reluctant to book right now until they see what's going to happen. And a lot of it has to do with the THC drinks, all that. What's going to go on there legally with that? What's going to go on?
The legalizing of weed fucked us. There's no way around that. It's just a fact.
I don't deny that a bit either.
And I'm not saying that as like a fuck you guys. It's just a fact. It's not an insult, but the legalization of weed has fucked over the bars. There's only, so many people that, still put in the work that they did. And it is what it is.
There's Tina's answer.
Yep.
And she says no cover.
You're right, Rob Carlson. They don't.
I have learned, though, and I've noticed of late, that many of the DJs are now wanting band pricing because they're filling your room more than the band was, and they want you to pay them what you'd pay a band. And that's seeming to backfire on some of them. They're losing their gigs because they're raising their rates so much. And I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. There's a lot of DJs out there. There's good ones. There's bad ones. There are some who don't play music for your crowd. They play music for them. Mm-hmm. But a DJ can be very beneficial. And there were bands all going to having a DJ play their break and doing that to get the crowd to take a 15-minute break. You don't need a half hour, 45-minute DJ set in between yours. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that. But
the 30-minute breaks are killing us. Mm-hmm. Killing us.
People evacuate the building after 30 minutes of a break. They're gone. So interesting. Tina says, I have a few asks for 5 to 7. I will not pay that. Yeah,
I won't pay a DJ that either. Not at all.
Unless you're doing somebody's wedding, you're not going to get $500 or $700 as a DJ to play a bar.
No, I won't. I wouldn't pay that. We used to have DJs at the bar.
Yeah. What I didn't see what Rob said. Let me get to Rob's comment here.
He's spot on.
Can't pay the same as a 400-seat bar. Rob, perfect comment. Very true. And Shane, 30-minute breaks are for pussies. Thank you. But there's a lot of them doing it. Short breaks is where it's at. 2 long sets with a short break in between. You're there to play music. Play music. I know everybody says, oh, we got to go pee. We got to do that. That's fine. Take a break for a few minutes and get back on the stage and enjoy what you're doing with the crowd that came to see you play. Don't take 30 to 45-minute breaks. There's a local solo artist who does that, and the reputation is getting around that people aren't going to be booking because they want top dollar to play solo, but they play for 30 minutes and take a 45-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane to me. Insane. And yet they'll sit in their living room during COVID and play for 5 hours online nonstop for tips. I mean, it's just, it baffles me. Baffles me, it does. What else you got today, Karis? Anything?
Not really. I feel like we've covered quite a bit.
I think we have. Dewey hates seeing bands break around 11:30. Yeah, when a band takes a break at 11:30, it's over. It is. It's over. And that's where the 3-set thing comes in sometimes. Band starts at 9, plays till 9:45, 10 o'clock, takes a break, comes back 10:30 to 11:30, and then takes another break, and boom, the crowd is gone. And the band's playing to nobody.
Yeah.
Tina said she'd much rather have live music. Well, Tina, you're a businesswoman. You got to make money.
Yep.
You got to pay your bills. You know, I don't fault anybody for doing it. I hate the fact that live music is taking a back seat to
can't afford it anymore.
The DJ world and those kind of things. But what's weird, Karis, and I'll tell you this, is how many times I've been approached recently about doing nights on Fridays, especially like I do at Heather's, Name That Tune and things like that, instead of live bands and entertainment. They're looking for an avenue to keep people in their seats, keep them there drinking and eating and all those things. I don't know. I've yet to take any of those on Friday nights. I'm a little leery of doing that because I support the music business so much and I don't want to take money out of the mouths that need to be fed, but it's interesting. What's Tolls doing back there?
I think you're trying to plug in the toaster thing and not the, there you go.
That's in the wrong.
Well, it was the wrong plug.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Can you say hi? How do you look today, Kevin? Look at him. Isn't he pretty? How are you? What's up, buddy? Thanks for jumping in there with us. So Tina says her young people like the DJ. Yeah, and that's my fear too, is that
I don't have young people.
The young people crowd sometimes can be a bit hard to handle in some places.
Bronson, we'll give you some numbers privately.
What Shane says, Half-Life started 1 15-minute break on the 4-hour show. Yes. I
mean, take 2. I get having, I don't want bands to not take breaks, but it's like they're taking 30-minute breaks, 35-minute breaks, and it is killing the crowd. And it's, my God, I had one band. I have a band that used to be really great to work with, and then very slowly turned into such fucking divas. And they went from having, the 4-hour show with a couple of breaks to they're only doing like a 3-hour show now, and they have to take the breaks and they're charging more. And I looked at them, I said, so hold on. You want me to pay you more and you're going to play less time and still take the same amount of breaks. So realistically, I'm losing almost an hour and a half of music, and you want me to pay you more. And they don't generate that much of a drinking crowd.
Wow.
And they're like, it's just so tiring and we can't do it. I was like, cool.
Interesting. Jeffrey says 3-hour show, 1 break. Okay. Tina says after 11 p.m., my crowd turns 21 to 40 and for the most part is very respectful. Good. That's
true.
good to hear.
The second crowd does, but at a certain, like for me, we start clearing out anyways around 11:30, 12. So it's like, well, no, around 12, I would say. Depends on who's playing. But yeah, when the 11:30 break will kill the crowd sooner than if they didn't break. You know what I mean? That's true. So never mind.
And that band I was talking about singing Bottoms Up the other night, they were supposed to be done at 11, and they kind of looked at the owner, says, you care if we go a little longer? And they were like, no, I don't care. Go ahead and party. And they played hard and really kept that crowd going because it was the Halloween party too. So you get those kind of parties end up being a little later, but did a really great job of reading the crowd and saying they're not done yet.
Yeah.
And they were
that's the
still
thing. That's
buying
why,
drinks.
like when bands are like, when do we start? It's somewhere between 8:30 and 9 because I don't want a band playing to an empty room. And usually it takes about 15 minutes, right? So it's like, let's feel the vibe. When the vibe is right, then the band can start. And that can be anywhere between 8:30 and 9 p.m. And then it's the same as like at the end. We're usually cleared out by 12:30. No point of the band playing to an empty room. Just don't cut out too early.
By the way, guys, if you don't know Tina, she's from O'Connor's Irish Pub in Springfield, and she's the proprietor there. And she says, I love when bands do that. They usually get a nice tip from her when they play later and do their thing. So that's good. And, you're already set up. You see the vibe of the crowd. And so I see bands sometimes like it's a fever pitch in the bar and they're like, okay, 11 o'clock, done, pack it up. And it's like, play a few more songs if the people want to hear it. You're going to do the bar a favor. You're going to do yourself a favor. And a lot of people roll in sometimes at 10 o'clock at night. They've been somewhere else. They've been to dinner or whatever, and they roll in and they want a little more from you. So give them a little more if you can. It's not, you're there. It's different if you're the house band, I guess, like in the old days playing 6 nights a week in a venue. You're like, okay, this is the same old shit. But no, it's not that way anymore. And yes.
Carla.
Enjoy your much deserved dinner, Ceris. And Ceris, tell us what's going on at the bar this weekend, can you?
Yeah, it's fun. So Vanessa and Joe are there today for PB&J Tuesdays, $2 PBRs, $3 Jamesons. Wednesday is the last Wednesday of the month, so that's will be the last karaoke night of the year because every other Wednesday lands on like Thanksgiving Eve and New Year's. So Ray Renee's karaoke will be tomorrow. Thursday, we have our Halloween jam, which is dress as your favorite musician, dead or alive. Friday, we celebrate Halloween with Top This Band. And Saturday, we close out Halloween with Miss Jackie.
There you go. Good shit. Good shit. Hey, I'll be at the Miamisburg Moose tonight doing a little trivia thing. We're doing some Halloween stuff there. So join us for that. And then 2 more events at Heather's, 2 more regular season games tomorrow night and the following week on Wednesdays at 7. And then our big grand finale with by invitation only on the 12th of November. If you had enough points this year, you get invited to play in the championship. So going to be some fun stuff. I've got a weekend off. And you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to go see some bands and piss some people off.
Oh, I'm so excited for you to make people angry.
I am. Let's see what we can talk about next week. You want to? You want to?
Maybe we should talk about all of the good bands that make our lives easier.
And there's a lot of them.
Like Half-Life.
There's a lot of them that make our lives very easy.
Yeah.
My man Bob on there from Rock House. Thank you, Bob.
Bob.
Rock
House.
Yes. Lots of fun bands out there.
Yes.
Thanks for watching today, everybody. Ceris, you have a nice dinner tonight.
You have a nice night, my love.
I will. I'm going to go get moosed. Don't ask what that is.
I know what that is.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It is. And by the way, we didn't at the beginning of the show bash her, but Kathy Laverde called right as we were going on the air. Someday Kathy Laverde will figure out we do this show at Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
Tuesday.
See, I don't even know what day it is either. Thanks, Kathy. Yes, I you know what I had in my mind is our Wednesday with the band after Heather's is over. We'll be changing from noon to 5 o'clock, just so you know, guys, on Wednesdays. So we'll be doing that. Thank you, Bob Klein and Dave Evans. Thank you from Mojo Rising. And thank you guys for a great time on Sunday, Mojo Rising. I got to see the Mojo Dojo.
You should put Bronson Hetzer's comment on there.
You really are, aren't you? Yeah, you're going to unfollow me. I hope you'll all unfollow me for not coming to your show. By the way, the deadline for Thursday's show is noon on Thursday. Keep that in mind. If you send it to me at 5 minutes till 5, it's hitting the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
It's not going to make it on the
Also,
list.
just really rude to do that.
Well, it happens. Thank you, Gina McCann. You're lovely. Thank you so much. She loves us all, she says. Or love y'all. Thank you, Heather. Shane DeMoss, thank you very much. He lives me some Kathy. I live me some Kathy, too. She's a wonderful lady. Thank you, Skip from Liars for Hire. Bronson, thank you so much. And tell Scotty Bratcher I said to kiss my you-know-what.
Kiss my ass.
My ass. My ass. Thanks for watching today, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now. We out of here.
Your favorite color.
Ceris, you're up.
Disclaimer, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they represent.
The Book of Face.
Yeah, I know where to go.
Apparently, I'm not freezing anymore.
No.
Into the music scene.
No.
Was that somebody's smoke alarm going off?
No, that's my air fryer.
Oh. Jeez, oh, Pete. Kevin, can you keep it down in the studio a little?
I'm trying.
You know when dinner is done, when the smoke alarm goes off.
That scares the dogs.
It does. Bye, everybody.
Bye,